Hi everyone, myself Deepak, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry from Majlis Arts and Science College, Paramannur. Presenting a class from E-Content Development Center, Majlis Arts and Science College, Paramannur. Here, in this class, we are going to discuss about a different type of organic chemistry reaction. When you come across an organic chemistry reaction, you will be always looking for the reactants, the reagents, the mechanism, intermediates and the products formed in a reaction. But here we have a particular type of an organic reaction in which you are not at all, you can't be worried about the intermediates or the mechanism or the reagents. The only important material here is the starting material or the reactant, and that will give you, depending upon the starting material, and there are no reagents to be added like electrophiles, nucleophiles or anything like that, but depending upon the starting material you can get the product. That's sort of a reaction that we are going to discuss here. The reaction that we are going to discuss in this class is pericyclic reactions. What is pericyclic reaction? Pericyclic means around the circle. So it's a reaction which proceeds in such a way that whatever you are starting with, the arrow marks, the movement of arrow marks representing the movement of electrons, you will end up in that direction. That is pericyclic reaction. Coming to the basics of pericyclic reaction. The reaction, the two terms that represent a pericyclic reaction is, it's a concerted cyclic shift of electrons. So these are the two terms that define a pericyclic reaction. First one is concerted. What does that word concerted means? Normally during an organic reaction, both the bond breaking and the bond making process will take place. So concerted process means all these processes, both the bond breaking and bond making process will happen simultaneously. That is why it is a concerted process. And then the next term is cyclic shift of electrons. Cyclic shift of electrons. Electrons, we know it can be either sigma bonded, pi bonded or non-bonded. But here what we are considering is the pi electrons, because it is the loosely bound electrons which can be easily moved. Okay, so that is the concerted cyclic shift of pi electrons that define a pericyclic reaction. And how is this reaction is going to take place? This reaction takes place according to the type of activation that we are providing into the molecule. The activation, it can be either thermal or photochemical. That is, energy is provided either in the form of heat or light. If it is in the form of heat, it is thermal induction, or light, it is the photo induction. And the reaction proceeds through a cyclic transition state. Why it is like that? Because there are no intermediates formed, because both the bond breaking and bond making taking place simultaneously. So it will happens to a cyclic transition state. And what is cyclic transition state means? The bond breaking and the bond making will be represented by the dotted arrows, and that is cyclic transition state. And there won't be any intermediates, because intermediates like carbocations, carbanions, free radicals, carbene, nitrines, benzene, etc. will be formed only on stepwise processes. But this process, this pericyclic reaction is not a stepwise process, so it does not have any intermediates. And now look at the next point. It is the stereospecific nature of the pericyclic reaction. What is stereospecific nature? Stereospecific nature means you are starting with a particular stereoisomer and you are either photochemically or thermally inducing it to give you a product, and one stereoisomer will give you only one single product. That is the basis of stereospecific reaction. That is, one stereoisomer will give you only one product. And solvents, nucleophiles, electrophiles have no effect on this reaction, because all we need is a starting material which have pi electrons in it. So we have two options. Pi electrons is present in carbon. In the case of both sp2 and sp hybridized carbon, both have the pi electrons. So which one that we are considering here? Mainly we are considering with sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay, so sp2 hybridized carbon means it is the double bonded carbons which are involving in the pericyclic reaction. So it should be a double bonded compound, the molecule should be a double bonded, and it should be conjugated as well. We have double bonds of three type of double bonds are there, like conjugated double bond, cumulated double bonds, or isolated double bonds. Isolated double bonds means the double bonds which are very far apart or separated by 2 or 3 sigma bonds or single bonds. Next one is conjugated double bond. Conjugated double bond means you have alternate single and double bonds which can resonate, and that is the property which is utilizing in a pericyclic reaction. And then the next one is cumulated double bond. Cumulated double bond means there is no single bond between the two double bonds. That is, it is just accumulating around a single carbon, just like an alene. Okay, so here pericyclic reactions are given by a conjugated pi systems. Conjugated pi systems will give a pericyclic reaction. Now, look at the features of the pericyclic reaction. These are the 3 terms that we are using in pericyclic. The first one is activation. That is, the activation can be done either in presence of heat or light. That is the first thing that you need to look in a pericyclic reaction, whether it is photochemically or thermally activated. And the next point that you need to look at the number of pi bonds involved in a pericyclic reaction, because the pi bonds are getting migrated. Okay, so that is going to be a very important factor in a pericyclic reaction, the number of pi bonds which is involved in the rearrangement. And the next one is the stereochemistry of the reaction. Stereochemistry means, I told you it is a stereospecific reaction. Suppose we are starting with a particular stereoisomer having double bond in Z configuration, you will end up in a particular product under thermal conditions. But if the same reactant, if it is photochemically induced, you will get another stereoisomer. So depending upon the type of activation that we are providing in such cases, different products can be obtained from the same reactant. That is one of the most important property of pericyclic reaction. So we are coming to the end of this session. So in this session, we have discussed the basics of pericyclic reactions. So thank you all.